Hello Australia, we've got a very big couch coming up this week, episode 850. Let me tell you who's on the show today. We are talking to Liam Papanicolaou. He's one of the actors from the show that's coming to Perth called Come Alive. Can't wait for that one. The gig guide with our good friend Jamie McCanty's coming in, all the latest gigs. Talking Fit with Club Fiesta, they'll be coming in as well. We've got an inspirational young lady talking to Di Wilcox. Her name's Bianca, and she's got a brand new little movie that she's making. She's a Year 12 student. We're also talking to Sue Budelich. Now, she's the big boss, the State Director of Mission Australia. We'll be talking to her as well. His and her reviews. You probably haven't heard of them before, but Paula and Clay, you would remember them. They're coming in to talk about their new venture. And later on, we talk to a wonderful young Australian lady called Sarah Triplett that's created baked candy, and it's amazing. I would eat it on set, but I've eaten it all. We're going to talk about that and more this week on The Couch. Today, stick around.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Oh, we have a lot of fun recording this program all the way from Perth here at Ellenbrook Secondary College. Welcome one and all to another episode of The Couch. Let's get straight into it. Come Alive has been for 3 months in Sydney and they've just finished their run. They're coming to Perth on the 27th of August. With us today, we're very fortunate to have one of the cast members. He's a dancer, he's an actor, he's an amazing young guy, and his name is Liam Papanicolaou, and I welcome him on Zoom today. Hello, Liam. Thanks for being with us.
How you doing, Fred? A pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you, Liam. You're one of the cast members of this great show, and I've been reading a little bit about you. So I'm gonna read this little bit of a bio that I've got. You were born and raised in Sydney, Australia. You're also a dynamic emerging performer working across stage and screen. In 2024, you were a graduate of Composed, and you also made your professional debut as an Australian tour of La Soul. And I said that in Greek, by the way, Liam, if you noticed. And the Cosmic Cabaret, starring as the lead clown, Rusty. I know there's a lot more to you, but look, welcome to The Couch. Tell us a little bit more about Liam.
Yeah, so as you know, I was born and raised in Sydney, Australia, in a Greek household.
Yeah.
My training really consists of mainly dance. I've done that since I was about 8 years old. And thoroughly training since 17. I'm 22 at the moment.
Yep.
I was
so
lucky enough.
How did you get cast in the role of course, Come Alive? Well, tell us about your character.
The character I play in Come Alive, I'm one of the roustabouts. My name is Zed, which is the showman Des. It's his name backwards.
And what do you do? What's your story of your character?
So all the roustabouts, they're all from all walks of life, but the showman has come and collected us. We're kind of the ragged, the ugly, the clean the toilets type of character, but if in the most friendly way, of course. But we're kind of the kick the dirt style characters of the show. We just want to be on stage and we just want the showman's acknowledgement.
Now, you've had 3 months of the show already in Sydney. How did it all go?
Man, the crowds were incredible. We seat about 1,400 people in the Hippodrome, and we were just surrounded by life and light. And I've never seen so much variety in an audience. There was mums that finally got out the house and got the babysitter in. There was a group of teenagers that wanted to come and see the show. There was the elderly came through. There was families. It was just a lot of people were there to have a good time, and you felt it as soon as they walked.
For those people who haven't watched the show yet, obviously here in Perth we haven't seen it yet, and I'm looking forward to my invite, but tell us what we can expect to see in the show, because it looks exciting.
Yeah, so we use all of the music from the movie You Love, The Greatest Showman, and we have phenomenal circus performance from around the world. We have these singers that just bring those songs you love right to life. Us dancers, we create that picture for you, and we bring that childlike energy with it as well. And then, of course, our leads, we have Des Flanagan as the showman and Ruby Clark as Max, and they just tie it all together, and they're kind of the backbone of everything. Not to disregard the live band we have going and everyone on stage and behind the scenes. They just create this beautiful show for you
What's
guys.
the training that you guys go through to take these roles?
Yeah, well, because there's so many styles of performance in this show, we all come from different types of training. So in the warm-up period, we have our circus artists that warm up specific to their needs. The singers all warm up together, and they've done singing, they've done dancing. Me personally, I've come from a mainly dancing and acting background.
Yep. So tell me, is it a hard thing to pick up? Is it something that I know you're going to see a lot of skill, because I've watched Circus Soleil in the past, and to me it sort of looks more of an Australian version of that, but even better. How would you describe it as someone that hasn't seen this show before? Why should they watch it? What are they going to get from this?
It's magic is my favorite term to use. It's a room full of people all staring into the center of our hippodrome, and the performers looking out at you, and we're giving our hearts. There's people in the sky, there's fire, there's flips, there's people hanging from their hair. We're coming up into the stands. It's very immersive. We're right next to you, and you're meeting us. And I love this show. I just love the show.
It looks amazing. It's colourful. The costumes are amazing. You guys, did you get a lot of training before you started the show? I know you've been running for 3 months. How long before that, Liam, did you start the training and the practicing?
I believe it was around a 6-week rehearsal period.
Oh, wow.
Where we all got into a room together and really, I guess, glued all the pieces together. And that was so much fun, because we got to see, to work with so many different styles of performers it blew me away and inspired me to do my best.
It looks fantastic. Has it been a fantastic show for you in the last 3 months? Because that's a long period.
Yeah, I've loved it. I've loved how immersive it is. I'm next to the crowd. I'm talking to them. I'm really in front of you and not afraid to be I can see you.
Yep.
I think that's been my favorite part.
And you've got an amazing crew when it comes to lighting, music, directors, stage people. There's a lot of people behind the scenes. You know roughly how many crew work on the show, on one show?
Oh, I'd be taking
Hundreds?
a shot in the dark here, but it could be just shy of about 100 that's really working on this project.
Incredible. Now, you're travelling around Australia. Like we're saying, you're coming to Perth, and then you go to Adelaide, then you go to Brisbane, Queensland, of course, around the countryside, and Melbourne is the final stage of the show. So it's going to run for a few months, and look, I'm going to wish you all the best. I think you're going to do an amazing job. I look forward to catching up when you're over here in Perth, and we might even try and get you into the studio and tell us how it's all going. But Liam, we've got a couple of double passes to give away thanks to our distributors. So we would love people to come down. If they would like to win one of the double passes, all you need to do is send us an SMS to 0439 929 929 with your name and address on it. Now, you need to be in Perth. It will be a show that runs between Tuesday and Friday, and all you have to do is put the code word, which is Come Alive. Nice and easy. Put that on there. Send it now as an SMS. Only 2 double passes, and you can join the amazing cast that's coming to Perth. Now, where is it going to be here in Perth, you may ask? It's going to be in Crown Perth. Have you been to Perth before, Liam?
No, it's my first time.
Well, you're at one of the best venues, the Crown Perth, of course, where our casino is, massive resort as well, and it's such a hive of entertainment and shows. It's got a great history there. So we look forward to having you here in Perth. Was there anything you wanted to finally touch on before we say goodbye?
Don't miss out. Definitely SMS that number and get right to the show.
And I say in Greek, kala kala, thank you very much for being with us. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to catching up with you in Perth. Liam?
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Fred and Couch.
There you go. Come Alive, coming to Perth. It starts on the 27th of August, so you can get your tickets now. Please go to the website, which is on the screen right now. I think we've got all the details there. And we'd love you to get it. It is, of course, comealiveshow.com.au, and you can get your tickets. And we'd love you to come along and win a couple of double passes from us as well. Lovely talking to Liam there. And a lot of young characters, wonderful people working incredibly hard and practicing. And it's going to be a great show. So I can't wait to see it. So get your tickets now. Now, another fantastic organisation here in Perth that does a great job is Blake Williams and Williams Creative. Check this out, and we'll talk to Slim Jim. Welcome back. Thank you very much to Williams Creative again for their great support as well. Now, another guy that does his own creative stuff is Slim Jim and Jamie McCandy. We know you. Welcome back.
Good to see you, Fred. Looking splendiferous as always. And happy birthday
yes,
to you.
I know. Thank you very much. 37 today.
Yeah, I know.
The hair's fallen out. 59. Can you believe it? I started this show when I was only 12.
18.
Yeah, 18 stone.
860 episodes, or what is it?
Yeah, 850 now.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So it's
Well
we're
done.
getting old. And can I just say, talking about getting old, very sad news. Of course, one of our good friends, Johnny Young, passed away last week.
Terrible, really.
It's
What
very,
an
very
icon
sad.
of the Australian music industry and television.
Absolutely.
And really the first Australian ever to actually ingratiate himself to the highest level in both those different genres of the arts.
Absolutely. And, or what can we say? He was a great legend. He lived in Perth for a very long time. He was over here for the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
And very sad to see the passing of Johnny Young. I actually drove him once from an interview that I did with him. He didn't have a car at the time. He asked me to give him a lift.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, Johnny Young's in the car with me. So,
But it's easy to be sort of overawed by a guy like that because really he's lived it from the early days. I mean,
young, 16-year-old.
14, he was on air, on radio, 14.
And he used to play
Which is
guitar
extraordinary.
and gigs.
Wrote
here
a
in
lot of
Perth.
music, wrote The Real Thing, which has now become part of the Australian Institute of Recordings of all time.
It was used by Coca-Cola for a long time too.
Yeah.
Made him a lot of money. But, John was one of those people who was down to earth and he treated everyone the same.
Yeah,
Didn't
he
matter.
did.
But
And he was
today,
well loved by everybody too, which is
absolutely. So condolences to all his family and loved ones as well. And very sad to see the passing of Johnny Young.
Very much agree with you.
I felt like singing "Close Your Eyes." Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Well, and we used to sing that like every time we saw young talent
Absolutely.
back in the day.
We grew up
and
with
the
it.
amount of stars that sort of came out of that sort of era as well, and they've all been talking some great, very encouraging things about their time with Johnny Young. Which
Tina
is
Arena,
Karen Knowles, Jamie
Knowles.
Redfern, who actually lives in Perth now, which is incredible.
Oh, really? You're going to
that's
give me his
recent.
phone number after getting on the show. Jamie, we've got some shows to talk.
we have,
Men at
haven't we?
Work is what we are.
Well, Men at Work are coming with the Australian, what do they call it? Australian Crawls, multiple show.
And I just did an
lineup show, which is
interview
going to be
with
at
Jeff
Sandalford.
Apter about the new Australian Crawl book last week.
Oh,
So it's a brand new one, and
great.
it's nice to see Men at Work coming to Perth.
Well, it is actually indeed because Colin Hay is one of the finest singers that came out of this country, albeit he was Scottish born. And I have to say they won the Grammy Award for Best New Artist in 1985 off the back of their debut album, which is an incredible feat for an Australian band. They got the ARIA Hall of Fame induction in 1994. They're responsible for 30 million sales worldwide. So these guys are big players
done
when it
well.
comes to the international music scene. They're going to be at the Fremantle Prison on Thursday, the 12th of November. Ticketmaster got the tickets for this one at $129.90 or $399.90. That obviously means you're going to get a very much of a deluxe package.
It will be good.
A few bottles of Prosecco thrown in for good luck, good measure, I would imagine.
And a jar of Vegemite.
Probably, more than likely, and a bit of dry toast, sort of enjoy yourself. But Men at Work really are an sensational band. Colin Hay has actually been performing with Ringo Starr's All-Star band now for at least the last decade, and he's still touring with them now. So that shows you he's in great company.
Susie Quattro, what a
One of my
combination with the
favourites,
Baby Animals.
Leather Tuscadero back in the Happy Days era. But, you know, she sold 50 million albums worldwide. She's had 15 studio albums, 10 compilation albums, and 1 live album. And she's going to be at Fremantle Prison, just like Men at Work are going to be, on Sunday the 6th of December. They're going to be supported by the Baby Animals, and the Baby Animals have
That's gonna be a
sold
great combination.
nearly 1 million albums worldwide. And at the time of this... at the time that she hits the stage there, I think she's 76 years
She's
of
amazing.
age.
I've just seen her new Instagram post. She just got onto social media and she's running it herself. She's not the greatest, but she's just down to earth.
Yeah.
Lovely lady.
She certainly is. And really, she's been a perennial favourite here in WA and Australia for many, many years.
I don't know what it is about Susie Quattro and Leo Sayer. They are in the same for me. I think they're great singers, love their music, and I love the people behind it. So,
incredible.
no, Jack Johnson as well, Ben
Well,
Harper.
this is incredible.
John
They
Butler.
had two shows sold out already on Tuesday the 10th of November and Wednesday the 11th. So this has prompted the third show to be put together for Thursday the 12th of November. Ticketmaster got the tickets for this one at Kings Park and Botanical Gardens, which is a great spot to see any concert. But what a lineup. Jack Johnson, Ben Harper, John Butler. Jack Johnson has scored 13.5 million sales worldwide. Wow. Ben Harper 6 million, and John Butler being an Australian icon in the last decade, in particular with his folk rock work, 800,000 sales worldwide. So that's probably the reason why these things have sold out so quickly. But 3 shows at Kings Park for that lineup, that's an incredible achievement for those guys.
Well done. And, of course, the 10 Tenors are
the
coming.
10 Tenors, you're a big fan of the
I
10
am,
Tenors?
actually. I love some of where they've covered other songs.
Yeah.
And I think they did a Boys Own song, you know.
Did they really?
No matter what you tell
Of course they
me.
did, yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful,
right.
actually.
Well, incredibly, they were formed in 1995 in Australia. They've had 100,000 albums sold worldwide, but more importantly, 3,500 shows in 37 countries. They're going to be performing at His Majesty's Theatre on Saturday, the 19th of December. 2 shows on the same day at 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., which means they're going to be pretty busy that day, those boys. And this is a great pre-Christmas sort of show to go and see, I think, especially at His Majesty's. A great spot to go and see something like the 10 Tenors.
Yep.
But really, they've been an incredible music export for this country, and with their live shows around the country.
Talking about someone that's been amazing, Brian Adams.
Brian Adams,
Now,
incredible,
how
really.
old would Brian Adams be now?
Oh, my, he'd be-
70?
Well, near 70 at least.
Older than us.
But what a career. Just,
yeah, clever.
He'll be
RAC
performing
Arena.
at the RAC Arena on Tuesday, the 23rd of February. Remember the last show got cancelled because of the Fatberg that
Correct.
stopped all the waterworks
I do remember.
in the RAC
And
Arena
he's-
a couple of years ago.
he's
This is
braving
the
it
only
to come
chance
back.
he's had to come back and do anything about that sort of cancelled show. 100 million sales worldwide, which puts him in the upper echelon of all the greatest artists of all time. 1 Grammy Award from 3 nominations and 5 Golden Globe Awards. His star is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, as well as being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And you're not going to believe it, Summer of '69 isn't his biggest hit.
No, and
It's not.
I actually do believe that, and I think
Yeah.
it just creates a fab, and people sort of carry it.
Everything
through.
I Do is the biggest hit he's ever had.
Everything I do,
It was massive.
I do it for you.
And it was
The
part
Regal-
of that Robin Hood movie, I think, that was
Yes,
put
it
out
was.
years ago. I think
Yes,
it was with
absolutely.
Kevin Costner.
Now, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, is coming. Of course, Hammer Productions are doing
Yeah,
that one.
Marina and Hamish have put together another show for the Regal Theatre that's going to be running from Saturday the 17th of October to Sunday the
Have they
25th of
recruited
October.
you yet for this one?
Sorry?
Have they recruited you? Are you an actor?
No, I've not been recruited for this one. Mind you, I'm not really good in drag.
No, none of us are anymore.
No, not anymore. You know what I
No.
mean? So I think
It's
people
the
that are
hair.
more
We don't have the
appropriate
hair.
for that sort of work are going to get the jobs. But I got to tell you, I've seen the show. The show is fantastic.
Yep.
It's extremely funny. It's very entertaining. Ticketek have got the tickets for this one at $70.90 to $149.90. Now, it's a jukebox musical that debuted in Sydney in 2006, the West End in 2009, and Broadway in 2011. 2 Tony Awards, 7 Helpman Awards, and was nominated for an Olivier Award for Best Musical. But I got to tell you, Fred, if you want a good night out, that's a really entertaining show to go and see.
Absolutely. But the movie was great. The
I
stage
love
play.
the movie.
watched
I think
it
it's
in
an
Sydney.
Australian classic, personally.
Yeah, I got to see it in Sydney at the Lyric Theatre, I think it was,
Yeah.
but it was amazing, the whole truck and bus
and the
everything.
music's really good.
Yeah.
It really emulates the movie quite
Very
well.
Australian.
Vicar and Linda Ball, these 2 ladies were inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame this year, which is a sensational achievement for any musician. They were with the Black Sorrows for decades as well. well as very successful as a duo. They've also received an Order of Australia honours. I've met them personally. I've had a great conversation with the pair of them at a show I did many years ago with them. They're a delightful pair. And really, they're exceptional singers. So if you're going to go and see them, they're going to be at the Astor Theatre on Saturday, the 12th of September.
Oh, Anthony Kelly is back.
Ticketek have got the tickets of $89 and $99, and that's a pretty fair price to go and see two outstanding Australian artists.
Absolutely, you can't go wrong. But talking about Australian artists, Anthony Kelly, what a young
I didn't
guy
know
that's
this
become
about Anthony. Did you realise that when he released The Prayer after he performed it on Australian Idol, it's the fastest selling single by an Australian artist of all time?
Wow.
Incredible.
I actually believe that because his version was incredibly popular.
It was.
And he's an amazing singer.
He's an incredible singer. He's going to be appearing at the Astor Theatre, Fred, on Friday the 9th of October. Ticketek have got the tickets at $89.90. And, of course, we're talking about the second place winner of Australian Idol in 2004, and the person that won that year was Casey Donovan. The person that came third was Courtney Murphy.
There you go.
3 exceptional
Legends.
singers in 1 year.
Legends.
Incredible, really.
And Dave Warner as our final.
Well, Dave Warner in the Suburbs, it's an incredible achievement. 50 years, and apart from one person that's passed away, Johnny Leopard, the entire lineup is the original lineup from when they started 50 years ago, which is incredible. They're going to be at the Astor Theatre on Saturday, the 24th of October. Ticketek have got the tickets, Fred, $65.50 to $76.15. They were formed in '76, obviously, released 8 albums, and of course, Dave's actually written 25 novels now, crime novels, or fact and fiction novels. So he's had a great career, and of course, his biggest hits were Suburban Boy, Kookaburra Girl, Halftime at the Football, and of course, Wimbledon.
Beautiful. How do we find out more about you?
Come to the Slim Jim Enterprises Facebook page, and you'll see a lot of information there about local gigs, as well as some of the stuff we've been talking about with Fred today, which is fantastic.
Slim, Jamie, thank you very much. As
Thank you,
always,
mate.
a pleasure to have you here. Curtin Radio as well. Are you doing some of that for a
this
few
week I
weeks?
start on Wednesday, 3 weeks on while Jenny's away overseas, so
There
this
you
should be a
go.
bit of fun.
100.1 FM, Curtin FM or Curtin Radio. Well done.
Exactly.
And we'll see you next month.
Will do, Fred. Thank you.
We'll take a break. Mission Australia is coming in next. Sue Bedelich. We're talking to her and Nisha next. Welcome back to the couch. Always nice to have Mission Australia back on the couch. Always nice to have Nisha back on the couch, fresh from her expo in Melbourne. Welcome back to both of you. Over to you, Nisha.
Thank you so much, Fred. Yeah, very happy to be back here in WA. And welcome to the couch, Sue, from Mission Australia.
Oh, Nisha, really pleased to be here. It's an absolute privilege to be here.
And Sue, we're looking forward to talking to you and learning more about Mission Australia's work. You're the State Director here in Western Australia, but more recently the Executive General Manager across a number of states in Australia. So good to see Western Australian blood on that top seat as well.
There sure is. There sure is. Yeah, so I'm here representing Mission Australia in Western Australia. And we're a wonderful organisation in terms of that we work with people that might need our support. We cover things like alcohol and other drug issues, children and family issues, disability, housing and homelessness primarily as well.
And you've been around for over 100 years now, right? So a very established organisation.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we make such good impact across the community as well. And that's probably one of the reasons that we've been here for so long. The need is still there. And whilst the need is there, and whilst there's a lot of impact that we can contribute to, Mission Australia will always be there front and centre.
Wonderful. Now, there's many topics we could obviously centre in on, but today we're going to focus a little bit on homelessness. Let's talk about the concept of homelessness, because I think there is a bit of a stereotypical definition, but it is a wider concept, isn't it, to understand?
Absolutely. I think with homelessness, a lot of people might automatically assume homelessness is what you can see, the visible homelessness or the rough sleeping. Whereas unfortunately, particularly in today's, with the cost of living crisis, etc., homelessness takes so many different it takes so many different identities. So it's no longer the person that's sleeping rough. We've got mums and dads out there who may have lost their job that need a new home. We've got young people who unfortunately don't have anywhere to sleep. We've got a lot of women who are the victims of family and domestic violence who are also needing a home. The unfortunate thing with homelessness is homelessness doesn't have an identity. It hits so many avenues across community.
And in terms of facilities to assist people who find themselves homeless, and it's quite interesting, right? Because one moment you can be in a home, like you said, it could happen to any of us. We don't realise this until we really understand all the contributing factors you've just gone through. Where do they go? Do you think, are there enough facilities at the moment?
Unfortunately, no. What we know is that we had about 25 or just shy of 26,000 presentations to our specialist homelessness services across the whole of Western Australia, which is showing us the absolute crisis that we've got when it hits around homelessness. What we know out of that, and it's probably less about the actual numbers presenting, but the sad reality is that only 19% of those that presented were able to be assisted into a housing.
Oh my goodness! So where does
support.
everyone else go? Wow.
Very good question, and that's what we're working with other organisations as well, particularly working with government to tackle the crisis around homelessness and to make sure that we've got sufficient support services as well for people to access. And I think when we look at housing and homelessness, housing is one part of the story, but it needs to go hand in glove with the homelessness services. Housing is fabulous with a housing first approach where we might put a roof over people's heads. But what we also know is that for people to thrive in their homes, they need access to support services as well.
Absolutely. Mental health is a huge focus here too, isn't it? Like, people aren't choosing to go out and live on the street. There's other things that play into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the old stereotype of people choose to be homeless, that's not true at all. We know where the cost of living crisis in particular is impacting. Rental instability is huge. The cost of living I've mentioned several times. We've got other challenges that people are confronted by as well with the alcohol and other drugs. Social connection as well. And some people just find themselves in a situation where they just don't have the means to find a house. Now, the unfortunate thing too is that the housing supply also adds to the whole ecosystem of where we need to provide more support around housing and homelessness.
So what does Mission Australia do to assist? Because I know there's a new chapter we've got here sort of starting in homelessness. Are there new facilities opening at the moment?
Well, yes, and one that I will talk about just recently is Common Ground in East Perth. So Common Ground has just opened earlier this year. It's the first of its kind in Western Australia, and I do have to give the WA government a plug in this, particularly our Housing Minister, Minister Carey, and our Homelessness Minister with Minister Swinburne as well. So Common Ground is a magnificent facility. It's a response to the housing crisis. It's got 112 units, but they're more than units, they're people's homes.
Yeah. So they have dignity living there.
Oh, absolutely, they have dignity. And within behind every one of those doors is a story. And the beautiful aspect with regard to our Common Ground is the people that are accessing Common Ground. So 50% of the cohort are people that have been sleeping rough. So you can imagine sleeping in a tent, sleeping in your car.
My goodness, yeah.
And then walking into this facility where you've got an address, it gives you the identity. You've got your own kitchen.
Yeah.
You've got your own amenities. You can have friends over when you
and you
want
can
them over.
sustain, which is important as well.
Yes.
So what else can we do as the community to support Mission Australia or other charities? What can we actually do to
Absolutely.
encourage?
I think there's the stigma associated with housing and homelessness as well. And what would be really great is for people to understand, and particularly government to understand, there's probably three things that we can be doing. One is to increase housing supply. One is to understand that homelessness and housing is preventable. So let's invest some resources into that. And also not to forget that the wraparound support services is really important. And for the everyday Australian, just show people some dignity, some trust, some respect, and open up the conversation.
Wonderful. That was what I was going to ask you towards the end, is engaging with people with dignity and respect. I think that's really important, isn't it? So we could talk all day because there's so many meaningful topics, and perhaps we'll come back on the couch, I'm sure. But where do we go to find out more or assist Mission Australia?
Absolutely. So go to our website, missionaustralia.com.au, and we'd welcome your support.
Wonderful, Sue. So happy to have you on the couch, and wonderful work, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Great. Thanks, Nisha, and thanks, Fred.
Now, if you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page as well. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you to Sue. We will have Mission Australia back as a regular partner here on the couch as well, because we've got to talk about the Christmas event that's coming up and other events as well. So Sue's always welcome on the couch. She does an amazing job nationally representing Mission Australia. Talking fit is something good too. If you're fit, your mind's fit, all that type of thing, it's a good thing as well. So our good friends, Club Fiesta, are in the theatre telling us how we can get fit. Over to you, Hala.
Thank you, Fred. Hi, everyone. My name is Hala and I'm from Club Fiesta. I've got my team with me today. Yay! We're so happy and excited to be here, guys. We are doing something a little bit different today. We've got a new program called Club Power. So what is Club Power? Club Power is a strength-based exercise program. It is designed for everyone, beginners to advanced. And it's all about strength training. It's about lifting, and it's about getting your strength and the mobility, longevity. As you all know, strength training is very, very important, especially after you hit 40 plus. I mean, it is important for everyone, but after 40 plus, we do lose a lot of muscle. Hence, we really need to go back to the weight training and even lifting heavier and heavier. Progressively lifting heavier is very, very important for all of us. Better health, better longevity as well, and you live longer and you stay young as well. I'm only 21. All right, so there you go. So, yeah, exactly. We're all 21 here, 16, some. Anyway, so without further ado, guys, we're going to do something for you at home. Now, if you don't have any weights for you, that you've got at home, you can just grab a couple of water bottles, anything you've got, and just make sure there's space around you in the bedroom or in the living room, wherever you are, and you're going to join us with this one. Are you ready? You ready, team? All right, let's pick up your weights. So we're going to do a mashup today. DJ, hit the music. All right, so lock your core, chest up, shoulder roll. We're going to step wide, 2 plates, 1 in each hand or dumbbells. We're going to reach for the side, push, and come back up. Beautiful. All right, ladies and gents, welcome to Club Power. Here we go. We're going to be all around the world. Other side. Now you're pushing the knee out. Push through the heels as you rise to the top. Keep your chest up and square the body. That's it. Now we're going to do 1 and 1. I'm going to show you option 1, no push up. Check out my team to push at the top. Otherwise, if you've got any shoulder injuries, you can stay with me. All right, team. You've got 2 more. That's it. Reach. 1 more time. Come on down. Now bring your feet in. 1 squat, 1 bicep press. Let's go. Down, bicep curl. Down, bicep curl. Feet remain under your hips. Lock your core. Shoulders are back and down. 2 more. Now you're gonna bring your plate up or hold it here and lift 1 knee at a time. So what we're doing here, you are working your core as well. Stay strong, land your feet slow and controlled. We have 8 more. Woo! What a rush. You should feel very warm right about now. Yes, now this may not look very hard, but it's so good for you once you give it a try at home. Yeah. All right, come on down, big shoulder roll. Now, you're gonna set up, guys. Lean forward. You're gonna go slow, shoulder press here. Slow down, shoulder flies. Lead from your shoulders. Keep your core nice and tight. Now, give me 2 and 2. Up, up, down, down. Stay under the radar. Up and hold. Hold. Just to the shoulder level. Slowly down. Now your muscles working extra hard as you drop down slow. We're not going high yet. All right, shoulder roll, guys. We have got single serve, side to side, right there. Keep your elbows bent. Just come up to the shoulder level. Beautiful. Looking strong. Looking under control. Just 8 more. Woo! How are we doing, team? You look incredible. You're looking strong. We can see your biceps already. Woo! Here we go, 2 more. Now we're gonna go straight to the deadlifts. 2 and 2. Shoulder roll, deadlifts. I'm just going to show you the side profile, guys. Keep your feet under your hips and you squeeze your glutes as you stand. Your shoulders remain back. Little pinch in your shoulder blade. Single dead rows. Knee, belly, knee, and stand. We're going to do 2 more. Woo! Squeeze and stand nice and tall. Now we've got bicep curls, guys. Just hammer curls right there. Up and down. Up and hold. Slowly drop. Oh yes. How you guys feeling? Are we feeling good? Feeling strong? Feeling incredibly and feeling alive. And that's what strength training does for you. If you need more classes, you want to check out our classes, Club Fiesta and Club Power, head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au. Do me a favor, grab some weights, grab any plates, and start lifting. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Hala. I am puffed out just watching you guys downstairs, so no need to come up and say hello. I'm very tired just watching that. I'll see you next week, hopefully on the couch. Now, inspiring young people is a great thing, and we've got an inspirational young person today called Bianca. With her is our very own inspirational Di Wilcox. Over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Fred. Yes,
What an inspiration.
you are so lovely, and I'm so excited to be here with a gorgeous guest. This is Bianca Katnich, and Bianca is doing some amazing work during her year 12 at school. So, Bianca, I'm going to start by asking you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I currently go to school at Seton. I'm in year 12, so it's my last year of school, and my favourite subject is definitely media. So that's obviously what I'm here to talk about today. My film for WACE. I don't know what else to talk about.
No, that's really cool. Media is a really exciting subject to be studying. How long have you been doing media at school for?
I've been doing it since year 7, but I only really got into film in like year 10.
How do you get into it? Like, is it something you choose?
Yes, like an elective.
Oh,
and then year 11, I chose to do ATAR Media.
So is that really full on then?
A little bit, yeah. It's a lot of work because there's also a lot of theory involved as well.
See, we don't hear about the theory. We just turn the TV on, or we go to the movies and watch a movie, but there's a lot involved,
Yeah.
and that's what you're learning, right?
Yes. So what we're doing at the moment is it's a unit called Power and Persuasion. So we're talking about like propaganda and all of that sort of stuff, which I find quite interesting.
A lot of psychology involved in that.
Yes, there's a lot of psychology. There's a lot more psychology involved in media than you'd think, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what part of propaganda have you just found really fascinating?
Just how it's not really, because when everyone thinks about propaganda, I feel like they think of like Nazi
People standing there with
Germany,
signs.
or like the Cold War or something.
Yeah.
But it's in like a lot of like propagandistic techniques. They're in like a lot of
Even in the ads we watch on
ads
TV.
and like South Park, cartoon stuff like that. South Park's propaganda.
How interesting. So you are now creating a film as part of your WACE, is that correct? Tell us a little bit about that.
So this film that I'm currently creating, it's a fantasy, which is definitely my favourite genre. I like how creative I can be with it. And so I kind of wanted to delve into grief in my film and kind of the human response to grief. And talk
Can
about,
I ask where that came from? Why grief?
I don't know. Honestly, it's just something that I've talked about in like
Really?
every single one of my films.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It was quite a lot to make because obviously we had like half a year to make it, and I had about 2 weeks to film. Yeah.
Really? So it's very full on.
It's very
So
full on.
did you do the writing?
Yes, I did everything for it except
Tell
for
me
the
what's
acting.
involved. So the writing, what else?
Writing, cinematography, editing. I'm currently editing. Well, actually sound. Sound, I'm working with a music student from my school to create the soundtrack ourselves. So I'm directing her. And I did the costume creation, which was 100% my favourite part. Costume is like, I drew a lot of inspiration for this one from, do you know Padme in Star Wars?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how like very like her long dresses
Yes.
and the bright colours?
Yes, that's what you brought into it.
That's what I brought into it because I love Star Wars. It's yeah, I feel like I just wanted to create something where I could be creative. Because I feel like if I wasn't creative, I wasn't going to enjoy it.
No, fair
And
enough.
I definitely do better when I enjoy something, as I'm sure
I'm sure
everyone does.
most people are like
Yeah.
that, but I love that you're enjoying what you're doing. There must be some really difficult parts to it, though. Would there be some? What are the more challenging things that you've had to deal with?
I think the most challenging part for me is handling other people.
I think most people in business
Yeah.
would agree with you there.
Yeah, it's mostly that I had some amazing actors. A lot of them were actually professionals, which was quite awesome. It was really nice to work with people who knew what they were doing. I think like only 5 of my actors, which were like extras, weren't professionals. They were some of my best friends, which I think was a bit hard because it was hard to stay on focus on set because they're obviously some of my best friends.
So it was kind of setting the boundary of I'm wearing my professional hat
I'm a
right
director now. Yeah.
That is so interesting. Where do you find the professional actors for a waste project?
So one of my teachers is actually a professional actor. So she was my main character. And then 2 of my friends are also, they're semi-professional.
So you got to tell your teacher what to do?
Yes.
Very. I can see why you're enjoying this project.
Yeah, she was amazing. She's acting in like 5 of like my school's films. She's
Busy
amazing.
lady.
Yeah. But she's really good at what she does. And then the other 2, I got 2 little girls. They were from this platform called Star Now.
Okay.
It's like you can like message, they put up their little
Their biography.
their biographies and their headshots and everything, and you
And you
kind of
can
just
choose
scroll
them.
through it, and yeah, you choose what you like. And the girls that I got, they have the exact look I was going for, which was so awesome. And I think that was really great because I could.
It was coming together the way you visualised
the way I
it.
visualized it, because I could see. I wasn't really restricted to just using people I had in my class or like my cousin or something. I could like find and cast someone that I really wanted to be as my characters.
Wow, this
And-
sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
And you've overcome the challenges, you're learning to work with different personalities and people, so you've got some leadership skills coming through. Is this something you want to pursue when you leave school?
I think I want to pursue it as like a little side hustle, but I don't want to do it as a full-time job because I feel like that would take the enjoyment out of it for me.
Fair enough. So you see it as more of a hobby
More
for
of a
you.
hobby, yeah.
But also a passion project.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I love that. So what do you want to do other than filming when you go to university? What's the plan?
I have quite an interest in science and math and all of that, as well as my creative side. So I really want to do some nutrition. I'm hoping to study at Curtin, nutrition, and then do a master's in dietetics to become a dietitian.
Oh, that's an incredible plan. Look at you. You've all got your goals all set out and you're ready to go. I think that's absolutely amazing. And for anyone who would like to know more, make sure you follow The Couch. And it's over to you, Fred.
Thank you very much. Well done. Young people doing great things as well. And maybe down the track she'll be a great filmmaker as well, but only as a hobby. Thank you very much. Good on you, Bianca. And thank you to Di Wilcox as well. Back next week with a very talented young man as well. So we'll talk to him then. We're going to take a break. More of The Couch coming up after this. Stick around. All around Australia, you're watching The Couch on Foxtel. Welcome back to The Couch. Now, you know I love my sweets. Well, I used to like them a lot more, but I really discovered this brand. Now, I was on Instagram and I saw this wonderful product called Baked. And I thought, this looks really interesting. And all the people that were trying it and talking about it were really enjoying it. So I thought, I'm going to write to them. And I wrote to Sarah Triplett, who's the owner of Baked. And she said, surprised, because I thought it'd be a big company and they would never reply back. Sarah replied back instantly and said, Fred, I'd love to come on and talk about the product. So we got her on Zoom. Sarah, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Fred.
It's nice to talk to you, and I'm so grateful. You've got great customer service, and I think it was nice to hear back from you virtually instantly. You're in Melbourne, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
So tell me a little bit about the Sarah story and before you became the tycoon for Baked.
Well, I started my career off in marketing.
Yep.
And then, as a lot of women do, had some kids.
Yep.
And once I had my first son, I started a little side hustle called Baked. And I was making cakes and cookies, and it was just filling a creative need that I had.
Yep.
And then fast forward a couple of years through COVID, wasn't making any cakes and was just looking for something to make to kind of tick those creative boxes.
Yep.
And that's when I first discovered Crystal Candy.
So I have to say, it's pretty new for Australia because here in WA, and I don't know about Melbourne whether there's other brands there that do the similar things, but I've never seen this product before in Australia. Am I right in saying that?
I think it's been around for a few years in Australia. I'm certainly not the first to make it here.
Yep.
But it is a very unique product because it's originated in Asia. So
Yep.
I think we're doing a lot of work to educate Australians on what Crystal Candy is and how unique and fun it is to eat.
So Crystal Candy, tell everybody at home, here in Perth especially, but all around Australia that are watching this, what is it?
So essentially, it's a jelly that air dries over 7 to 10 days and forms a crunchy outer shell.
Yep.
And when you eat it, it's got this amazing crunch, but it's still a jelly on the inside.
And
so
it's
it
all-
is a confectionery.
And it's all made individually, isn't it? It's not made by a big machine that makes it all, is that right?
Yes, so we make everything by hand. We pour all the molds, we cut all the jelly up, tray it all by hand. So it's very labour intensive.
Yep.
But we have a lot of fun making it and just as much fun eating it.
And I love your marketing concept. It's all about bright colours, about fun. And the colours are just vibrant. You've got pinks and yellows and blues and reds and all the colours that make you happy. What's the concept behind the product? What sort of customers do you think best suit this wonderful product called Baked?
Look, a lot of our customers are women, and there are a lot of women essentially my age, like mums, middle-aged women that are buying it for themselves to eat. And, you know, who doesn't love a sweet treat? Put those kids to bed, relax, enjoy something nice for yourself. So I think our packaging and our products really speak to those women, but we also have a lot of males that enjoy the candy as well.
Yep.
And I think the product packaging, I've got a box with me.
Yes. Well, yours is bigger than my box.
It's really nice for gifting as well.
It is.
Who doesn't love getting a beautiful box in the mail?
I was telling my crew this morning when we had our meeting, I said to them before the show, I said, you know what, it's such a great concept for a gift. If you had someone you really think is special and you want to give them something really nice, you give them this because it comes to them in a beautiful box, which I've got on my desk here. And you can get a bigger box, a smaller box, but it's colourful. I'll just show people, if I can get it right there, of course, Sarah, but that's basically what the box looks like.
Yeah.
And inside the box, I got 3 amazing items. Now, you might want to tell us quickly what these are.
So these are our crystal sticks.
Yep.
They're our number 1 best-selling product. Really great way to sample crystal candy. You get 8 different flavours and they're packaged in the colour of the rainbow.
Yep,
So
there it is there on the screen. And they are amazing. And you've also got a dipping powder that I can put it into.
yes.
Can you
Make
double
it
dip?
sour.
You shouldn't double dip if you're sharing, but I'm not, so I can do whatever I like, I guess. But this is quite nice. So that came with my pack. Tell me about these ones.
So this is our Sugar Rush box. So
Yep.
we call this our ultimate sampler pack. You get a mixture of clusters
There it is
and
there.
the crystals. They're upside down. You've got to flip them.
Oh, there you go.
Flip them the other way around. No, flip the packs over.
That way?
the plastic packets.
Oh, you want me to just move them around? Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So we make 2 different textures. You've got the crystals and the clusters. So
Yep.
because it's a jelly on the inside, not everyone loves the
There
jelly
it is.
texture. Yes.
Did I get it right? There you go. It's very important to have it the right way up, especially when you eat them as well, I found.
Yes.
They're amazing. You've got a good selection, lots of colours. What are the flavours that you can get?
So in that box, the crystals are watermelon, cola, cotton candy, strawberry, and bubblegum.
Yep.
And then it comes with 4 clusters. So these are all crunch with no jelly in the middle. And you've got a rainbow cluster, which is mixed flavours, cotton candy, bubblegum, vanilla cola, and blue raspberry.
Now, are we likely to get even more range? Are you working on new products all the time?
Always.
Incredible. I can't believe it's made in Australia. Is there a lot of work behind I mean, I eat them and it takes me about 30 seconds, but how much work goes into making the product itself? How much hours do you put in? You've obviously got a factory and a warehouse, but I know it's all family as well. You've got your husband working with you as well. Is there a lot of work?
Yes, so we have to start by cooking the jelly mixture, and then we colour them, flavour them, and then they need to set whether it's into a mould or we set them in tubs and trays, and then we need to cut them all up into different shapes. So very labour intensive, but it's a lot of fun because I'm always working on new products and flavours. So my husband's the one who handles all of the production, and he's doing majority of the making and the cutting, and he's doing the hard labour.
And I said to you, Sarah, do you make them all in Australia? You said, yes, it's all made here in Australia, which is wonderful as well, and very unique for those people who love Australian-made and Australian-grown businesses as well. I've got another box in front of me. This one's got the Love Heart in it, and there's a mixture in there. Is this a different one? I think it's the mini.
This is our Mini Rush. Yes, so another smaller sampler pack where you get to try the cluster, a Love Heart, crystals, and some different flavours.
Yep.
And so those 3 packs that you've got there with the sour pots are part of our All-Star Crunch bundle.
I do love the sticks because you can drive in the car and just nibble at them one at a time, and a little bit easier to eat more discreetly as well. How do you eat the products all the time yourself, or you got to a point where you're saying, I've had enough now, can't eat anymore?
You know what? I actually do. And this box that I've got here is actually my home stash.
You've got a home stash?
That lives on my bedside table because at night time, that's sort of my way to de-stress after the day. Put the kids to bed. I just have a couple of pieces and, yes, I actually really, really enjoy it. I'm not sick of it yet. So
I just tried the dipping powder too. Ooh, it is very sour, but incredibly beautiful. I love your products. I love that you're Australian. I love the fact that you've done something off your own back, and you've done it here in Australia, which is wonderful. I want Australians to support you because I think supporting Australians is really important. How can people buy the product? Because if you're living in Perth or Adelaide or the Northern Territory, don't fear. You don't need a shop to go to. You can actually buy it online. Is that right?
That's right. So we do ship Australia-wide, and we also ship to a few different countries internationally as well. So you can just hop on our website, bake.com.au, and we can get crystal candy to you.
And can I just say, it only took a few days to get it here to Perth, so do support them, do buy the product. Father's Day is coming up. It'd be a great test if you want to get it for Father's Day or Christmas or birthdays. Sarah, thank you very much for spending some time for us here in Perth. We really love your products. Thank you for the sampling. My crew have been waiting for a couple of weeks to try it, so now I've got no reason except eating it all in the commercial break, but I'm going to let them all try it. But thank you again. Best of success. Keep in touch. We'd love to know if there's more products coming along, and write to me and we'll get you back on the show. And if you're ever in Perth, pop into our studio and we'd love to have you in here.
I'd love that. Thank you so much, Fred.
Thank you. That's Sarah Triplett, of course, from the brand new company called Baked, and we'd love you to support them. We'll take a break. More of The Couch coming up right after this. Welcome back to The Couch. Variety WA do amazing things. They've got some amazing events coming up and lots of stuff that we can help them with. We've got their CEO here in the studio today, Chris Chatterton, and he's talking to our very own CEO. It is Nisha Seth. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Fred.
I promoted you.
Pump me up. Thank you so much. Chris, welcome back to The Couch.
Great to be back again.
How have you been this last sort of couple of months since you've been on the show?
Really busy,
Yeah.
as we are. I mean, one of the great things about my job is that it never stops. We're always doing really good things, and it's always about trying to find different ways to impact children and make their lives a bit better. So,
And
it's
you
pretty
have
good fun.
so many events coming up in your calendar, and they're quite variety. Excuse the pun.
Absolutely.
They're quite various. We've got the Big Top Ball coming. Tell us about that.
Absolutely, no. So obviously, it's exactly as expected, a black tie ball, everybody all dressed up to the nines, but it's all for a purpose. So that's going to be happening next weekend at the Westin Hotel. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic event. It's the first, actually, of we've got a 3-year plan for our social events, because 2028 sees 100 years of variety operating around the globe. So we're on a 3-year staged plan. So this is the opening act, the first bit of it. So so it's going to be an amazing event. But the same as everything that we do, it's all about raising awareness and raising funds. And specifically for the ball, we're looking to seek funds to for a Sunshine Coach, which is a modified accessible vehicle that we donate to community groups or to schools to allow children to be able to access just everyday ordinary things that otherwise they wouldn't be able to. And the Sunshine Coach is a really powerful tool for doing that. In fact, we delivered one last week to Dianella Secondary Education Support College, and so you're going to see that out and about on the road. And so the ball is about getting another one in 26.
Brilliant. That mobility must be so important for the kids to access.
Well, it allows the children to go to appointments or to sporting events or competitions or visits or trips that otherwise they wouldn't be able to do. And schools don't have the money within their budgets to be able to fund it, so that's what we're there for, is to help them. So
yeah, always providing such good opportunities for children. That's beautiful. And we've got the Variety Bash coming up, which we've all heard lovely things about. And I hear there's a 91-year-old in the Bash this year.
Well, the Bash is an amazing thing, and obviously it's been going since the mid-1980s, and since 1989 in WA. And what we thought we would do this year, for just something a bit different, is we would redo the original Bash, only in reverse. So we're starting in Kalgoorlie and finishing Fremantle. And one of the original participants is a guy called Ron Bywaters. He took part in 1989 in a Chamberlain tractor, and he's now 91 years of age, and he's back, and he's going to be doing the Bash this year.
And what do you know what vehicle he's using?
In a tractor again.
The same again?
Chamberlain tractor.
Wow, okay, that's fantastic.
I think he's very brave. I kind of, it's a fair distance they're going, because we don't do the direct route, obviously, but it's an amazing group of people that go out and they raise money all year long to support us. Yes, they have a fantastic time on the event, but it's all for a really good purpose.
And I love how it integrates the regions as well as, Perth and Fremantle. It's great. It's a West Australian event, isn't it?
Absolutely,
really?
And that's something that's really important to us, because we are across the whole state. We support children everywhere, and the fact that we can take our events through the communities that we actually support is really important to us. So come the end of September, you'll see a load of Bash vehicles coming through Fremantle. Just give them all a pat on the back, because they'll have done an amazing thing.
Brilliant. So if we all go the coffee strip, or whereabouts in Freo should we?
They'll be going pretty much all the way through it. So
brilliant.
You're
So we
not
can
gonna
line
miss
the
it.
streets.
Absolutely.
Hey, exciting. Yeah. And of course, we'll give the website later. You can find out details about the map and everything, I'm sure, too.
Absolutely.
Now, Ruby Revival, what is this all about?
So this is a different type of motoring event. We first did it back in the post-COVID period, where we brought together all of our different motoring communities. So we run the Bash, obviously, and a four-wheel drive event and creative car cruise event. And so this is an opportunity for them all to come together just for a 3-day trip. It's through the southwest, Perth down to finishing in Mandurah, going through Pemberton and Maroona and those sorts of locations in November. So it doesn't happen very often. It's pretty unusual, but it's a really good way. If you're interested in raising money through a motoring event and having a really good time and meeting some interesting people, this is a perfect event for you to jump on board with.
Brilliant.
And we don't do it very often, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, make sure you sign up for that one. That's fast approaching in November. And now Toy Bank. This is something close to your heart, I know, from talking to you
So
earlier.
Toy Bank is something that's been running in WA for decades, and it's something that's really powerful. It's about literally giving a child a toy. And these are children that are having a really tough time, often going into care or foster care, and they don't have anything of their own. And so it's a toy that is theirs. It's the one thing that they can genuinely say, this belongs to me. And so what we do is a lunch. People come along and they donate toys, and we run a whole campaign to get as many toys as we can. And we work with over 40 refuges and associations to make sure these toys go directly to the most vulnerable children in our society.
Fantastic.
So it's a brilliant event.
The amount of safety you get from having a toy. We've all had, fortunate we have toys when we're young, but for some children that don't, so meaningful, so wonderful. Over 30 years of doing
that
as well.
Over 30 years, and
wow.
it's that sense of identity and belonging, and that you're valued. Somebody actually cares about you.
Oh, wonderful. We'll definitely be getting involved in that. Light Up WA. Now, this is a really exciting one. Tell us about this.
So this is one of our crazy ideas. Obviously, Variety is well known with colour red, so we thought, can we do something around that?
Yeah.
And it started with the idea that how hard is it to light up Optus Stadium? And from that, my team got very carried away, and we're now lighting up pretty much the whole of WA.
Wow.
So coming up in October, there's going to be lots of publicity for it. It's Optus Stadium, and it's Yagan Square, and Elizabeth Quay, and the Bell Tower, and all the things
And
you'd
the
expect.
regions you're including
but
this
more
year.
importantly, the regions.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
Kalgoorlie and Geraldton, and Karratha, and Port Hedland, and Albany. So
Wow,
we
Kalgoorlie's
are
busy this year.
Literally we're lighting up WA in red
Yeah.
for variety. So
wonderful.
it's going to be a really powerful way of telling people our story.
Well done, Chris. I don't know how you do it. There's so many events here, so many that have been established for a long time and that you're building on. And we've got the centenary event just before we have to go, but that's in a few years. So you're leading up to that too.
2028, absolutely.
2028.
So, but none of this would work without all the volunteers and the people that come and support us. So we're really grateful to them.
Excellent.
Because that's what makes it work.
Yeah, wonderful. So if you're a business or you would like to volunteer, make sure you reach out to Chris's team, because this sounds like a lot of exciting events that you can do meaningful work in. Thank you so much for coming on the couch, Chris.
Really appreciate your time, as always.
And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon at one of these events.
Absolutely.
Where do we go if we want to find out more information?
If you just jump on, just Google Variety WA.
Yeah.
Really easy to find, and all the information is just on our website.
Wonderful, beautiful. And the website's down there. Guys, thank you so much for listening in. Thank you so much, Chris. And of course, if you miss any of that, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page as well. But back to you now, Fred.
Thank you very much to Chris, and thank you to Nisha. I'm really in a hurry. I've got to go and get my tickets for the ball. They're running out soon. Please support them, and all the other great variety of events from Variety WA. They do a great job. Taking a break. More coming up right after this. Stick around.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome back to the couch. Always nice to have Ranger Red in the studio. Welcome back, Brad.
Thank you. Thanks for
Nice
having
to have
me.
you, Bradley Holland, of course, the man behind Ranger Red. Now, you are the owner of Red Zoo, for those people who don't know.
Yes. Yep.
And tell us where it is for those people who are saying, "Who is this man?"
So we are in Pinjarra.
Yep.
We're on Sanctuary Drive in the Murray Estate.
Yep.
So if you're driving into Pinjarra, you turn left at the golf course. If you're driving from Pinjarra to Mandurah, you turn right at the golf course, and we're literally 2 minutes down the path once you've driven through the two roundabouts.
Now, Red, how long have you been running?
The
Red
9th
Zoo?
of the night, 2019. So literally next month will be, if I'm correct, that makes 7 years.
Yep, a long time.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit, for those people who don't know, because I'm hoping that people out there may say, I want to get involved and maybe support Red in what he's doing. Tell us what they can expect to see at the zoo, and why is it so special?
The big comments that we get is that you get a chance to get close to the animals, and you get a chance to have contact with the animals. So we're not a big government-funded zoo, so we don't have large acreage. We are working on a 3 to 5 year project to maybe relocate, so we can operate our conservation side of it better than it's being done. But even though I'm a single person, it is still a family-owned zoo. I'm the only owner. And the chance to interact with certain animals. You can hold a snake, you can have a photo with a crocodile, or even the little sugar glider that's on your desk there. We do a sugar glider encounter.
So tell me, it's also talking about encounters. You've also got things for young people. Young kids can come down and be keeper for the day and stuff like that.
We have keeper for a day. We've actually done a couple of adults for the day ones. We do night tours. We do birthday parties, and we do encounters, paid ones, and which are like VIP experiences, or for animals that can't have too much contact with the public, so that's a way of limiting it. And then obviously all our free ones and that. And our main source of income is people coming through the door, but we also need to find other ways to source income.
Yes, and that's why we've got these wonderful animals on my desk.
We do.
You've got a gift shop at Red Zoo.
We do. And these are some of the gifts. So the crocodile that you've got there,
look at that.
He's one of our 35. So $35 is probably our most expensive gift there.
There you go. point him to the camera. $35, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And we've got some more here. We've got the fantastic...
That's a water bottle. That's a $20 product or $19.99.
And the head screws off, so you fill it up with
so you can fill it up with water and that.
And
it
this
keeps
one
it
here
cool.
I like.
Now, that one's unique. So that's one of our squirrel gliders, which a lot of
There you
people
go,
call
turn it
sugar
around.
gliders. But unfortunately, we can't show on screen. In its hands, it's actually got little magnets. So you can actually stick it to the fridge. And that's why its two back legs have stuck together, because the two magnets are obviously connected.
Okay. Yes, I'll just... so there you go. So you can stick that on your fridge.
Yeah, so they're $24.99.
And
then
that one
we've
there.
got a $35 product.
Look at that one.
And that's a kangaroo with the joey. You can't pull the joey out, thank God, because we had somewhere you could. And we had an issue with a lot of the kids pulling the joeys out and not putting them back.
Yes.
But
and also the bags.
The bags, that's a $15 product. The kangaroo product you were just holding before, one of the unique things about that is anyone that's probably over the age of 40 may remember of ever going to Kahuna Koala Park when it used to be like a... And you could buy a stuffed koala or a stuffed kangaroo then.
Yes.
And in those days, they used to really use kangaroo skins.
Isn't that
kangaroo,
amazing?
Yeah.
And that no longer happens, does
no.
it?
I would say we've evolved into being a little bit more empathetic about what we buy and what we keep as
Red,
souvenirs.
do you know what
and
these
that.
are worth to buy? How much was the kangaroo?
The kangaroo's $35. So
That's
the kangaroo
reasonable.
and the crocodile are the two most expensive products at the zoo.
Yep.
As you know, I've bought emu eggs in before, which is a product we sell as well. And then we do have some things like earrings, which are $9.99. So
how can people buy them? Do they have to go on the web, or
no? You come through the shop and they're there, and you just grab one as you come through the shop.
And you know, people don't realise, and I think we've spoken about this before, but the cost of running a zoo is amazing. It's
minimum
incredible.
$2,000 a day. I have to.
So
find.
there you go, $2,000, and does that include the food for those animals?
Obviously, we've just come to the end of a financial year, and our most expensive, our biggest expense was wages. After that was our rent. Then animal food. There's certain things we get donated. We get a lot of fruit and vegetables donated, but animals need specialised seeds and pellet diets and whatnot.
Now, for those people who probably are thinking, I know this zoo, it used to be Peel Zoo.
Yeah, it used to be Peel Zoo.
And it's been there for years, and now it's Red Zoo.
Originally, it started out life as Bellawood Bird Park.
There you go.
Which was 30 years ago, I believe, when the whole estate was set up.
Amazing.
And it's gone through a couple of ownerships. So we actually lease the land there. That's why I say to people, our second biggest expense is rent.
Oh, I know how much it is, and it's incredibly expensive. So what I'm asking people to do is, one, go down to the zoo, and it's open what days? Every day?
Every day of the year, except Christmas Day.
Which is fair.
9 to 5 weekends, public holidays and school holidays, and 10 to 4 non-school holiday periods.
There is a website, of course, which is Red's Zoo.
Yeah.
Remember the Z at the end of it and a double Z in between. So redzoo.com.au. We'd love you to buy your tickets. You go to the gate, you can buy your tickets. Go to the gift shop. Please support them, because, you know, you may not think, you know, a couple of $1,000, but there you've heard it from Red. If he sells a couple of $1,000, it covers a day of running the zoo. Yeah. Red, is there anything coming up over the holidays maybe with the kids?
Obviously, we have Father's Day in a couple of weeks. Why not bring Dad down to the zoo? We've got free gas barbecues there. Make a day of it, and probably a lot cheaper than going to a restaurant.
Do you know what? In all the years I've known you, I have never been to your zoo. Is there accommodation there without the animals?
There's a lot of accommodation in it.
And I don't mean sleeping with the Tasmanian devil or the crocodiles. But there's a lot of accommodation down there. Make a day of it. Go down and support Red. He will love to see you there. And he's a local just like us. He's a West Australian. The zoo is really important. I really hope that you do get some help from the state government to try and relocate. But some good things are happening with you.
There is, yep. I'll have a lot to report next time we're here.
And Ranger Red is who you'll see on the grounds. He's always there. We're going to take a break. Thank you, Red.
Thank you.
As always, a pleasure to have him on the show, and please support him. We'll take a break. More of The Couch coming up right after this. Welcome back to the couch. It's time for Bitchin'. Let's welcome Chris Smoyer. Welcome back to the couch.
Good to be here.
Thank you to Michaela Carr. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And Chris Ilsley. Welcome back to you too.
1,422 greetings.
There you go. Thank you very much. Let's get straight into it. This is a customer service edition of Bitchin'. What have you got for us? You got four
it's very
great
short
stories.
edition.
A short edition because
We
there's
don't
no
have
customer service. So
No.
we're
Thank
done.
you very much. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. No. Well, look, I've tried my hardest. We've trolled through the online over the last few weeks to see what's trending to bring to us all here. And some big news for those people watching here from Adelaide, because Adelaide has been crowned Australia's best city for hospitality and customer service. They beat Sydney and Melbourne. So they are saying that Adelaide is the best. Now, I'm not sure if we agree that it is, but just before we discuss, which city do we think is the best, I want to just put Adelaide's win in the context of the global numbers.
Yep.
So the top 20 have been released. Adelaide's number 1 in Australia, but Adelaide falls in the global ranking to number 19. So that means our best is number
Just
19.
made the
Has
top
just
20.
made the top 20
In the world.
In the world, and for those who are interested, Edinburgh comes at number 1.
I'm surprised it wasn't Glasgow. I've got an offer from the Glaswegian Mafia one day.
Oh,
Still don't understand what it was.
Glasgow's mid, but just so you know, Adelaide, or us, I guess, representing Australia, we've just beat Prague at number 20. So Edinburgh
So does this
number
stand
1.
for anything? These awards or these customer service rates? Where
How
have
do
they come?
what I want to know is how do they arrive at the decision?
Yes.
What is it? I mean, nobody has ever said to me after I come out of a shop, what did you think of the service? I mean, if they did, they'd get some interesting answers, I can tell you.
Would it be feedback? How do
Is it based on information from people who live there or people who visit it?
Yeah, it'd have to be, because you'd have to wonder how they get those results.
That's right. I mean, it was done through Money Supermarkets, so it's a it's a reputable place.
Yep.
But I mean, you don't know how many people do they have to. It's kind of like those opinion polls in politics, isn't it? It's
Well,
only
when
a
they say
cross-section.
Melbourne is the most livable city, and I think, well, who says that? Is it the 500 people that visited it?
I reckon that's the
day?
people who are using the machetes.
I don't know.
Because for everyone else, it's a bit scary.
No, it's livable, not
But let's
livable.
talk about this. I mean, because I think Adelaide, it is the city that is faring fairly well in terms of cafes and culture and arts and restaurants and the Barossa Valley.
And you've got a government there. The South Australian Premier is very popular with so many people, but he's also the one that's doing the AI thing, where he wants a lot of the call centres to go to Adelaide. He's vying for a lot of business to go to Adelaide. I mean, they can't do football that way.
And he snagged the MotoGP
Correct.
from
There you
Victoria.
go.
I just want to correct
Absolutely.
you though, Chris. It's Radelaide.
Radelaide. That's
So
the one.
look, I'm happy that Adelaide does well, because they haven't done much in the past. It's always been WA, and we're focusing on the GST at the moment, so we're not worried too much about customer service, are we?
Oh, come on. I think Australia as a country, generally speaking, doesn't worry too much about customers.
That's right. And one of the things that I was thinking is yesterday I was at Myer, and I know we're in Perth, but I was at Myer, and they had this PA announcement about some sales or some specials that they had, and they said, feel free to talk to one of our friendly team members. And
If you can find one.
Yeah. But again, that's the point. Like, we use the word friendly. I'm not certain that people in customer service you could call friendly. I mean, you're my friends, but
especially when you sit there and somebody's serving you and they're on their phone.
Is friendly the right word?
Answering their friend. Would you like to put the phone down and serve me,
But don't you
please?
love when you ring up a company and says, please be polite to our staff, because everyone deserves respect, and yet you'll be there for an hour and a half
but what they
waiting on
don't
hold.
say to you is, please be polite to our staff, despite the fact that we're such tightwads, we aren't employing enough people to take your call within
That's
an
right.
hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
In the meantime, enjoy this sickening music just to make you even more irritable by the time we do speak.
But one thing I want to know, though, just out of curiosity, is I've never been to Edinburgh before. I've never been to Scotland before.
No.
Are they friendly there?
Well, you'd hope so if they got such a good.
If they're
You
number
can
one,
understand their
if you
accent.
can-
To be sure, I don't know. I'm not. I've never
Maybe that's it, because their accents are so hard to understand.
People
They have
just
to
nod
go
and say
that-
yes,
No,
yes,
no,
yes.
they have to go that extra yard to make you understand them, which gives you the
Maybe.
vibe that they are being really friendly and helpful.
And I have to say, before we move to the next topic, I wonder how much of these sort of ratings are paid for, in the sense like radio ratings, TV ratings, popularity of food. It's all based on marketing companies that go out there, get paid a lot of money, And
what you're saying is how much confirmation bias is involved.
how much of it is real. And I mean, look, I look at opinion polls, and I'll give you an example. One Nation this week was 29, the Prime Minister was 28, but then I look at the little fine print that says based on 1,200 callers.
That's right.
Yeah, and I say to people, really, don't get disappointed if they don't become the government.
It's not statistically significant. I think that's
I can tell you, I once was participating in surveys. They asked for participants for ongoing surveys, which I volunteered to do. I did every survey they asked me to do. I did it very, very carefully, considered, made sure I gave them accurate answers, and all of a sudden I stopped getting sent any more surveys.
Yeah, there you go.
And I thought,
interesting.
Maybe I'm just not giving them the answers they want, but they were my answers, and everyone was considered when they asked me, why do you think such and such? I would explain as clearly and concisely as I could why I'd done this. And I sort of suddenly got knocked off the list, even though I was always doing them, and I thought, that's what it is. You're not giving them the answers they want.
I'm not a big supporter of ratings or opinion polls or things like that, because, I mean, having worked in radio a long time, you sometimes think 2 listeners can make a big difference to your ratings. And so I'd love to know more about how Adelaide, I'm not worried that Adelaide got it. I think well done, it's an Australian city, but I'd like to know more about how they got that score.
The methodology.
Maybe next time we'll find out.
Was it 50 people that walked out of that shop that were asked by the marketing company that delivered that story? Who knows? But what have you got for us? What else?
Well, let's have a look at another one. This is coming out of Spain now, and Spain, funnily enough, no city in Spain featured in the top 20 that we just looked at. They've got some laws now regarding telemarketing, and there were 2 things that stood out to me on this one. Obviously, with their local dialing codes, there is now a mandatory 400, dialing code prefix for all outbound commercial calls. In other words, if you are going to call someone for a sales or a commercial nature, you must have the 400 or the dialing code that signifies that this is a legitimate.
We've got that in Australia
but
too now.
But it's a telemarketing call.
Beauty. That makes it easy to block.
Fred, he knows who to block. And the second one, which I think that is good, as well, just to make sure that people know that, it is a sales call. But the second one is, and it's a law that all inbound customer service calls have to be free. So free call numbers. In other words, service must be accessible.
Like our 1-800 number.
Like the 1-800. And I know we have a lot that are free, but this is more, everything must be. If you're going to call someone for customer support, it must be completely free.
Well, you're lucky to get a customer call number.
But what's the point in calling someone for customer service if you have to go on hold for a long time?
See, I think there's a big problem with our telephone system where we're not getting the customer service anymore. I mean, I'll give you an example. I called the tax office the other day because my tax return, I did it on the 1st of July. I always do it because mine's pretty easy. And basically it said it went into a balancing mode. And it's been in balancing mode for 2 months. So I thought I'd better ring them and ask them if there's something wrong.
What is it?
It's a balancing. They're looking for other information. See if
Did you do something dodgy?
Nothing at all. And basically, normally you get that.
Federal Police wanted.
You do actually get that all the time, but it usually lasts 2 or 3 days, and then you get paid. But anyway, I tried to ring the tax office, and I got the individual line. And then it said, unfortunately, you will have to go online to speak to one of our helpful
chatbots.
And after an hour that you're waiting on this service, and then it takes you through to a automated person that says, your tax return will take longer than normal. You'll have to wait, and there's no point ringing us as we cannot help you any further. That was it. So I don't know.
And was it a free call?
It wasn't a free call. It's a 1-3 number.
But you see, it's easy for the tax office to do that. Because unfortunately, you can't turn around to the tax office and say, I'm not going to do business with you guys anymore.
But this is the thing. Customer service is a picture that we think means good service. We don't normally ring for bad customer service, but I don't think a lot of companies are worried about customer service anymore. I think it's basically you need them. If you want to do business with them, you hold for an hour, you hold for 2 hours. I mean, Centrelink, 2 hours, you could be sitting there all day. And I get people
that's a government department that doesn't give a rat's.
But they should lead the way. You expect private companies to do well. Government should lead the way, not actually go the other way.
But no, government's worse. So take, for example, the WA Police 1-3 number.
Yep.
If you call that, you can be on hold for an inordinate period of time. In one case, I was on hold for over an hour.
And I
only stayed on hold because I wanted to see how long I was going to be on hold. But it does
say if it's an
emergency. The nature of my call would not have warranted a 000. But here's the kicker. what happens was most people go, to hell with this, because they're not going to sit on hold for that long.
Yep.
And then the cops go, well, the numbers of crimes being reported has fallen. Of course it's fallen because people aren't going to...
You can't get
So
through.
I reckon they're doing that deliberately.
Michaela,
Because they do
give
say
us-
if it's important, call 000.
Call 000
Yeah.
to get you off that phone line. What do you think generally about this customer service issue?
Look, I think it really starts at the coalface. When you're going into a shop, this young teenager is representing a global company. Where's the training for these people now? There doesn't seem to be any. When my daughter went for a job at McDonald's, one of the questionnaires was, how often do you smile?
Wow, doesn't matter.
And we had a good laugh about that. So we were smiling that particular day. But at least they're trying to make it something that is reflective of the behaviour that people expect, and that is someone that is friendly.
Yep.
When they
do you remember when they brought out
help.
those scanning system of the Coles where they just scan your food and they get the price? Yeah, that thing. I remember when they first introduced it. If it was wrong, you got the item for free. Well, I actually got that the other day. They scanned a milk carton and it came up as the wrong price, and the guy said, no, you can have that for free. And I thought, oh, are they still doing it? And I wanted to walk around Coles, take all my stuff back and put a line through everything so it would all scan badly. So I thought that surprised me for Coles, that they actually gave you something for nothing.
Whereas I've seen IGAs that have one person on the checkout, you've got a queue of people waiting, and they get one person for a price check on a little item, and they've got to run forward and say, oh, what's the item? Okay, that one. Run back. Oh, actually, no, what was that again? Because I got the diet item.
You think you would have it?
They've got to come back and they've got to hold it up just to get the price for that.
Yeah, and I tell you, people like Spud Shed, I think that's wearing thin too. I went there the other night. Don't ever go after hours because you could be there for like 400 people in a line.
Do you know, I'm saying this like live. I've never been to Spud Shed.
You're lucky.
Ever.
You're the one.
Ever. I'm saying that I've never been to Spud Shed.
We've got an
Ever.
amazing store up at Ellenbrook, and basically the only problem is queuing up. You could be there for hours
But
on the weekends.
that's once again, there used to be, and I know when I was a teenager, we worked in a supermarket. They used to call them a front-end controller. I don't know if that's still their name, but that was part of their responsibility. If
Absolutely.
everything was starting to build up, they'd open a couple more checkouts. But I think the problem is, certainly in the case of the bigger supermarkets, they're wanting to force you to use self-serve.
Correct.
Now, I have no problem with self-serve
If it works,
as long as they give me a discount, because I'm doing someone's job.
Absolutely.
And if I have to do their job, I want to be paid for it.
But I
in
have a problem
concessions
with being
my
on
grocery.
camera if I'm using self-serve. I don't want to be photographed.
Correct.
Or I can see where the camera is. My husband puts a little post-it note
don't
over the
blame
top of it, and then they'll come over and say, "Oh, you can't do that." And he said, "Well, hang on, this is my privacy. You can't do that."
Yeah, but you have
Correct.
no expectation of privacy in someone else's
Chris, let's
private
move to the last topic.
Okay. Well, we're talking about how good help is hard to be found, but wait till
That's
you
a
see
song, isn't it? Good help is hard to find.
Wait till you see this story. This is coming out of Georgia in the United States, and it's a Chick-fil-A a video footage of a Chick-fil-A employee who chases a customer's car down the street to deliver a forgotten drink. So they've obviously driven off without the drink, and they've gone, no, you need this, and they're running, and they've got pictures of it here. You can see them with their high-vis vest on, running down the road, and it was snapped. And I mean, that is above and beyond, isn't it?
I can give you an example just quickly before you carry on with that. I bought some chocolates for the school the other day, 4 boxes or so, and I left them in the self-service thing at Coles. And I walked out, came back to the school, and then realised I'd left them. I said, where are my chocolates? Anyway, I rang them up, and the guy said, oh, we've put them in a basket, and we've got them ready for you here. So I thought that was great, but luckily I used my frequent flyer card, and they were able to find me anyway. But I thought, that was good customer service, but I would have loved a phone call. It was like an hour and a half when I realised. So what happened with this case?
Well, they were running after the car, and they were caught, and that was really it. So
what would you do? What would you do if someone ran after your car?
Well, you'd probably be thinking, who's this person running after me, and drive faster?
I'd be wondering, does this person identify as a dog and now chase cars?
How desperate are they to get rid of that drink? Obviously, if you don't deliver the drink to the customer, you don't get paid.
If that was me, I would have been so relieved that my coffee came to me.
Eventually,
But how did the
if you
person
said,
leave
why
not knowing
did you
the drink?
do this?
It does happen,
The answer
though.
is,
You can see you're holding back.
I thought
you
you,
don't
were
know.
thirsty.
But you don't even know. Sometimes you
I like my
order
coffee.
burgers and that, and you take them home and something's missing out of the bag, and you think, oh, well, I'll go back just for the chips.
Yeah.
And you ring them and they'll send you a $20 voucher.
Yeah.
which is just even better.
But I think it's good that obviously that team member, I think the point here, and you were talking about smiling and all of that, I think that team member wasn't trained to run after the car. You would think that they instinctively thought, no, this is important and I'm going to go run out and deliver it.
The question is, how many people would actually do that?
Probably not many.
I think it's amazing.
How many of us could run after a car, Chris?
Well,
forget it.
Mate, I couldn't. The only run with me in a car is if a car run me over.
If it was us, we'd be drinking that drink ourselves. So I don't think I'd be delivering
What drink? I never heard of any drink.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
look mighty refreshed. Thank you very much.
Let me say thank you very much to Chris Moyer, as always, Michaela Carr from Gold 96.
Thank you.
Welcome. And Chris Ilsley, of course, and myself from 6PR in the old days. Thank you very much for being with us on Bitchin'. Another normal Bitchin' coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll take a break. More of the couch coming up right after this. Welcome back to the couch. Always nice to have younger friends back in that aren't that old anymore. Can I welcome Paula and Clay back to the couch? Welcome back to both of you.
Oh, so good to see you.
It's been a while. I think you were 13 last time.
I think so, yes. Absolutely.
He's talking to me.
I'm only 16 now, so that's fine.
I thought you were younger. But look, welcome back to both of you.
Thank you.
And you've got a new hobby business that you're doing, because everyone knows you guys from the music industry, whether it's The Voice or whether it's Australian Idol or whether it's Telethon.
Yeah.
You've done and you keep doing. There's theatre, there's music, and there's entertainment. You guys do all that. You've gone into a new reviews type company called His and Hers. So it's His and Hers.
Absolutely.
Who wants to tell me a little bit about the company?
So His and Hers started from, we started noticing a lot of the theatre, the national theatre shows began to cancel, whether due to lack of ticket sales or whatever, they started to cancel. And we had a sit-down conversation about what we could do to help.
And I think for us, we just noticed that, we can use our platform to try and help encourage people to go see the shows.
Who better than entertainers that know what it's like to
be on that side of the stage? Absolutely.
So we know the work that goes into the shows, but also the work that goes behind creating the shows. So the ticket sales are super important. So I think one of the things that we have been talking about is encouraging people to buy their tickets earlier, because it's super important so that people can travel. But also we wanted to create something where we could go and review the show and tell people it's worth the money that they're about to spend. Or find a way that we can encourage people to go more often.
And I think that personal endorsement is really special. It's not a corporate thing where someone says, Paula, you go and say this movie's great, or you go and see the show.
No.
This way you're going, you're watching it, and if you don't think it's 100%, you might say, well, it's 90%.
Yes.
And this is why we thought that.
Absolutely. And also giving it in a respectful manner. We're not going to cut people down.
I think the beauty of it is we come with two very different perspectives on what we liked, what we thought maybe the show or anything needed to be worked on. And so that's cool. Mine comes from a performer's background. I look at the direction, the vocal, the musicality. The technical side of things.
Whereas I look at it am I happy that I spent $100 on it? Did I feel anything? Did I believe
from an audience
people?
Perspective.
How good is that? Because you've got a lot of families out there that are doing it tough with cost of living.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can sort of say, well, this is what's a bit more cost effective. These are the tickets you should get so you don't miss out on the show.
Yeah.
And how is the WA community, because you're doing it here in WA, how are they sort of reacting to you guys getting into this side of it?
Quite positively, I think.
Amazingly. We just thought it was only going to be for our friends and family that were like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then venues started reaching out to us, can we come and review shows at their venues? And we're like, yeah, we can. And then more people started reaching out to us.
And even more than shows, there are people who wanting us to come do the concerts, come to a restaurant and review their restaurants and different destinations and locations.
So you can expand it out of it. It's not just entertainment in the way of theatre, music,
it's like
dance.
Where a family is going to be able to spend their hard-earned money, and is it worth the money?
I like the idea, and soon you'll be able to travel to hotels maybe.
Well, we did actually. We've actually just got a review that we're doing. We stayed at Crown Promenade.
Really? How was it?
It was actually really nice.
The newer building?
No, this is the older one.
Oh, was this the old Holiday Inn?
Yes. So we kind of went to that one first. So it's like the older sister. Went to the older sister version of it.
They've got a beautiful buffet restaurant there. They
Yeah.
used to. I'm not sure if they still
Yeah,
do it.
we did review the atrium.
Yeah, we've reviewed the atrium. However, we've both had gastric sleeve, so
Same as
it's
me,
not
we
like
can't
you
eat
can
much.
eat anything.
Can't eat much.
No,
Yeah.
but look, I love what you guys are doing. If can people get involved, and how can they get you? Because I imagine if I had a show at His Majesty, and all of a sudden I saw Paula and Clay there, I'd be going, "Oh my God, they're going to review us." This is what
You better believe it.
You better believe it. They will. Can people get in touch with you? Are
They
you
can.
open for business now?
Yeah,
where people
so we've got our website is the main one where people can set
What is
us up and send an email. So it's info@hisandhersreviews.com.au.
So that's your website. I think
Yeah.
we've got it on screen right
Yeah,
now.
there
which
it is.
Great.
Beautiful.
We'd love to give you the opportunity, if there's anything that we can do for you to promote the business. Do you need any sort of help at all? Is there something that we can do?
Oh, look, using your years of experience and everything you've done, we will definitely reach out for some help.
You did say to me a while ago when we were speaking, Paula Clay said, we might come on and do a regular thing. I do like the idea of that, maybe coming in and reviewing certain shows when you do it.
Absolutely.
Which would be a great idea. But can I get you to just try your reviewing?
Yes, let's
skills?
review.
We had Baked on. We had Sarah Triplett on. I'd like you to take one of those sticks and try it. I know we've got a couple of minutes.
Okay, I like blue, so I'll go here.
First thing I want to talk about is the packaging.
You can have
This-
more than just half
Am I
of
looking
it.
at- This is great.
Packaging is amazing,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It's very cute.
Go on, Clay.
Are you going for the
Oh.
blue? I'm going for the yellow.
Okay. You
And
got
I'll
that
go for
big
the
one.
rest.
Okay,
Okay,
ready?
ready,
Three?
set,
Go
go.
on.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
It's crunchy.
It's not as hard as
It's
I
not
thought it
as
was gonna be.
sweet either, is it? And it's got like a jelly inside. What did you think?
That's not what I expected. I thought it was going to be like hard all the way through. But, oh, that's quite yummy.
Do you like it?
I'll eat it. Well, I ate it.
And this is a brand new company from Melbourne called Baked.
Yeah.
And Sarah Triplett, we spoke to her on the couch, and people can catch it. If you go to our website, you'll catch the whole interview as well.
I think I just followed her on Insta.
It's delicious. I definitely recommend people having a try.
And there's, I think,
A
8 or
movie
9
snack.
different flavours. I think it would be awesome. I mean,
This is
for me
great.
being a diabetic, I would probably be
Probably not
asleep
good for
after I
you.
eat the whole box. But I tell you what, there's not that. It doesn't taste that sweet either.
No.
Fantastic. Now, you guys been doing any more music? Are we likely to see you performing as well? Are you doing more reviews, or are you changing your direction?
There will be
Relaxing?
more music coming up. I think right now we're focusing on this,
His and hers.
his and hers, and then probably leading up to Christmas time, we'll be looking at maybe
More
a
Christmas
show.
shows.
Well, there you
Always.
go, folks. You heard it straight from them. If you see them at the bottom, well, the bottom line of the theatre, not the bottom, the beginning of the theatre, right at the front of the theatre, you know they're reviewing the show. Check out their website because they've got lots of reviews on there
We
as
have.
well. I think you're doing. I did an interview today with Come Alive, which
Yes.
you guys are actually looking
Reviewing
at.
at
You're
the
reviewing as
opening
well.
night.
So it's Paula, of course, Paula Perori, Clay Darius.
Yes. Look at that, Fred.
Well done, and thank you very much for coming in. Once again, the website.
hisandhersreviews.com.au.
Thank you for being on the couch. We'll have you back soon. Please support them. We'll take a little bit of a week off, and then we'll be back next week with a brand new couch. Thanks to our wonderful crew. Thank you for Stella for stepping in. Thanks to our wonderful people in the studio here. We'll see you next week. Bye for now. I think we're all right out of time.